Hello everyone, I invite you to every Wednesday review of selected cryptocurrencies. Today's review will classically start with checking the current situation on BTC in pair to USDT, taking into account the one-day interval. As we can see, the price has broken the downtrend lines and has gone up. Let's start by identifying where we should see price support, and here we see that the first support is at $21,991, the second support is at $20,750, the third support is at $19,739 and the fourth support is at $18,728. But if the price went down even further below, we have a strong support zone from $17,313 to $15,494. Looking the other way, we can immediately see that the price is struggling to maintain a very strong resistance at $23,147 equal to 0.786 FIB. The next resistance is at $25,226. Only when the price breaks out and tests it positively will it be able to go towards $30,000. Please look at the CHOP index, which indicates that on a one-day interval we are gathering more and more energy for a new move. MACD, after recent increases, begins to indicate entering a downward trend, while the RSI also shows a downward trend and recovery. As the second in today's statement, we have the ETH chart also on a one-day interval. First, we will mark the downtrend channel that the price has left the top. However, locally, we can determine the downtrend under which the price is moving. Now we can move on to marking support, and in this situation we have first support at $1,539, second support at $1,449, third support at $1,380. If the price goes lower, we have a strong support zone from $1,309 to $1,204. Looking the other way, we can similarly mark the places of resistance that the ETH price has to face, as we see the first resistance at $1,669 at the so-called golden point fib 0.618, then we have strong resistance at $1,825 and the third resistance at $2,032. It is worth looking at the EMA cross 10 and 30, because we can see that the 10 marked with the red line on the chart starts to bend. When it crosses the 30 marked with the green line on the chart, it can give confirmation of entering a longer downtrend. The CHOP index indicates that we have a lot of energy for a new move. The MACD indicates entering a downtrend. while the RSI is moving in a downtrend. Next in today's review is the BNB/USDT chart, but this time we'll be looking at a 4-hour timeframe. As in the case of its predecessors, we will start by drawing a downtrend line, which the price has overcome above, then we can mark the local uptrend line with a yellow line. Now let's move on to determine the support that the price has in case of declines. And here we can see that the first support is at $292.20. When the support is broken, the next support is at $278.40, the third support is at $267.50. Then we have a strong support zone from $256 to $240. Looking the other way, it is worth checking what resistances the BNB price has to overcome on its way, and in this situation we see that the price is struggling to break the first resistance at $307.50. When it breaks it, we have resistance at $331.40, and then $361.80. It is worth looking at the EMA cross 10 and 30, because we can see that for a while we could see a change in the trend, but we quickly returned to the uptrend. The CHOP index indicates that we have a lot of energy for the next move. The MACD indicates a local uptrend. While the RSI, after a correction, returned to the upper part of the range. As the last in today's review, we will check the situation on DOT, taking into account the one-day interval. Let's start by marking the downtrend line, which the price has broken above, and we are currently moving above the uptrend line. Let's move on to denoting the resistances that the price must overcome, and here we see that the first resistance is at $7.14, the second resistance is at $8.06, the third is at $8.96, and the fourth is at $10.24. Looking the other way, we can similarly determine the places of support. And here we have the first support at $6.23, the second at $5.85. Then we can mark the support zone from $5.55 to $5.20, and the second support zone from $4.78 to $4.20. As we can see, the EMA cross 10 and 30 indicate an uptrend, the CHOP index indicates entering a local downtrend, while the RSI shows a rebound and a downtrend. Technical analysis is provided by a third party, and for informational purposes only. It does not reflect the views of CryptoDaily, nor is it intended to be used as legal, tax, investment, or financial advice.